The following footage is certified PG. Pretty great.
You know, it's funny. We're both laughing. It's something always happens. I don't know what it is. It's just it is what it is at this point. But always something happens. Right?
Yep.
Literally, we're just having a conversation, and my audio just stopped. Like I could not hear you. We were having a conversation, you and me,
Yeah.
and we were perfectly fine. And then all of a sudden, my audio stopped. That's it. Full stop. Nothing. I don't know. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't hear you. You could hear me,
Yeah.
but I couldn't hear you.
Oh,
Welcome,
man.
everybody, to Breakfast Steaks. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Head. And with me, I got my good friend, Donnie Weiss, also known as the Mayor. Yes, we are live. We are both celebrating the fact that the Carolina Panthers made the playoffs. They backed themselves into the playoffs last night. We both admitted we know what it is, okay? We get it. They're a below 500 team. They won the division. They still won the division, no matter what you want to say about that, okay? On this show, what we will do is we will talk anything and everything about Carolina specific sports. Okay, so the Carolina Panthers, Columbia Fireflies, so anything in North and South Carolina. You like that? I'm doing this for you today, man. I'm
I
wearing
like that.
my Carolina. It's one of my favorite logos that they have, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
I ended up with, I think I texted you a picture because they didn't have your size, but when I was at the outlets at Myrtle Beach, they had, I went to Lids last week, and I just looked down and they had several Carolina Panthers. You got me mixed up already now. Columbia Fireflies hats on clearance. And one of the ones they had was this solid navy fitted hat with the mason jar logo on it, and it was like $10.
Oh my
And
god!
I was like, and they had 3 of them in my size, which never happens.
Did you get it?
I did. I went ahead and
good.
got it for $10 because I was like, I can't remember if I have this one or not, because I know I've got one with a mason jar, but I knew it was the tritone. And I got home and I was like, well, I'll be damned. This is one I actually don't have. This is like an older version, just the solid navy with the jar. So I'm like, okay, for $10, that worked out great.
You know, honestly, that's not bad. That's a great deal.
I'll take it, man. I think it's closeout because they were doing that at Lids with a lot of the ones that were technically that still had the old MILB Batterman on it because now it has the revised logo. So anything that has that old logo, they consider clearance because it's outdated.
Still, man, that's not bad. $10.
No.
And who the hell is gonna care about the logo in the back of the hat? Like,
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's gonna care.
Exactly.
Dude, that's actually not bad. I like that a lot. Hey, what's going on, Phil? Welcome back. And I understand, my friend. I am technically fully back to work as well today. Am I happy about it? No, but you know what though? We got to do what we got to do until this radio and sports show network takes off. We got to do what we got to do still. And we're here with you. I understand. My daughter was definitely not happy last night with going back to school today. She was definitely not happy. She was pissed.
I was scrolling along. I saw a video of some lady. It's like, man, I got to go back to work tomorrow. She's like, I don't even remember what I did for my job. I don't even know if I know my passwords anymore. It's a funny video. I'm like, yep, a lot of us can relate to that.
Brother, I'm not going to lie. Because like Friday technically was my first day back.
Right.
And I'm like sitting here for like, I'm not kidding, for like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, what the hell is my password? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I was like, damn it. But yeah, no, I got it. We're good. You know, I was able to get it. But it's just like, man, unreal. So we're here. We're back. We never left, technically, on this wonderful show that we have going on. And so, listen, I think for you and me, the majority of the time, we're going to be spending it on the Panthers.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, they were scoreboard watching just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did. And you know what's crazy? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers last night, Raheem Morris gave his speech, his press conference, and then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fired their GM and their head coach.
I know that was quick.
I was not expecting that one. I'm not gonna lie.
I was thinking. Well, I had talked to some Falcons people during the season, and they've
Expectations
not
for
been.
the playoffs.
Yeah, they've not been happy with Raheem Morris. Most of them preferred him to get gone. I kind of figured they might, but the way they kind of finished out the season a little bit, I thought maybe did they buy him time? Because I was thinking the Falcons were playing to try and save his job, and maybe to some extent they were,
Yeah.
but they couldn't do enough. So
Well, I understand. Like, to be honest with you, but here's the thing, though. Like, I blame Raheem Morris, but I also don't blame him because, yes, what's going on, Ryan? Thank you for joining us here
what's up,
today.
Ryan?
We're talking Carolina and South Carolina specific sports here, but we're talking about the Atlanta Falcons right now, just because they're directly kind of tied with the Carolina Panthers, right? But like Raheem Morris is like, yes, um, there's some plays that I'm sure that he wishes he would take back. However, that team was decimated by injuries.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So like I felt like he would have gotten a pass on this year just because there were so many injuries. Apparently not. Apparently they're like, nope, 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 still yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of you. So
yep.
have a good one, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't been consistently good with him
Yeah,
anyway. And they'll tell you, everybody deals with injuries and it's how you manage those
100%.
injuries. And I still think he's a really good coach. I just don't know that the Falcons are a really good organization. I mean, they they're kind of in that no man's land a lot of times, like the Steelers. They're a
Mhm.
victim of their average success. Let's put it that way. They always finish middle of the pack. My friend Troy, big Falcons fan, and he gets so pissed because they do this almost every year, kind of like they did this year. He's like, they always are sitting in a good spot to draft high, and then they go on a run and win a bunch of games that they have no business winning late in the season and end up in the middle of the pack. And he's just so pissed off about that. He's like he wants them to be bad enough to get like a high draft pick and a good quarterback, which is typically the mold for trying to restart. And
Yeah.
they kind of did that with Penix a little bit, although he wasn't that
Well, they
high of a draft
traded,
pick.
but they traded to get back into that
They
one.
did. They finally had to do it that way because, like I said, they keep winning late in the season
Yeah.
and cost themselves, draft position. And it's kind of like the Steelers fans. It's like they want Tomlin gone, but Tomlin, he got 10 wins. He's going to the playoffs. Like he's like, what do you
They
want?
won they won last night. They won the division last night,
Exactly.
and they're
Well,
in the playoffs.
and
Congratulations
what's
to our friend Mike, who is a Steelers fan, watches our shows.
yep,
Congratulations to his team. They won.
they did. They did what they had to do. I mean, I feel bad for the kicker
So do I.
for the Ravens, but it was one of those things. I felt bad for the kicker for the Steelers missing the extra point because that's the first one he's missed in like 4 years.
Yeah, and they've been automatic, right? Like, I
Yeah,
mean, these guys have been automatic. They've been good all year. And listen, was it a bad time to miss a field goal? Yeah, or an extra point?
extra point, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because
But you
I
know
was like,
what,
"Oh my
though?
gosh," he left them a minute to go down and get a field goal to try and win it, and they did everything they did everything right. They had a big play on the first play, got out of bounds, saved timeouts, had 3 timeouts. The only play that was kind of a screw up was, Lamar tried to, like, do that little dump pass to DeAndre on the sideline. DeAndre didn't realize he wanted him to turn upfield, and if he had, he'd have been gone. I mean, it was clear from the wide shot if DeAndre would have realized, oh, start turning towards the goal and run, which is what Lamar thought he was going to do, and just sort of laid it out there for him. He catches that in stride, and they probably do not catch him up the sideline.
Yeah, because he was fast enough to be like, oh,
He
and
still has
bye.
his speed. He still has his speed. So
You know what? I get it. And yes, Phil, by the way, it is Operation Tank for Mendoza was an absolute success. I
exactly.
am very intrigued with how they're going to handle this now going forward. Like, right, because today is Black Monday, right?
Yeah.
today is the day that we find out who gets rid of their head coaches or GMs. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to be doing this throughout the day. So we're going to be finding out um, who is without a job.
Yep.
Obviously, it started last night with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I understand the firing. I don't get me wrong. I do understand it. I do kind of do give Raheem Morris a little bit of a pass, in my opinion, because of there's so many injuries. However, you're right. Like this was a division that was very easy to win. Very easy to win. Let's be honest. The Carolina Panthers were both rooting for them, you know, but at the same time, we're like, look, bro, they have been very inconsistent all year. Their quarterback play has been not there that
Yep.
much. Okay. Yes, he has done a lot of comeback wins, guys. I get it. I understand. However, there's been some plays, a lot of plays actually, that we've been watching, and you're like, why are you making this play? Why?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
Yep.
so we're there. But listen, it is celebration. You know what I mean? We are going to be breaking down this game because it was an interesting game. The two games that they play, right? Because the Carolina Panthers played on Saturday, so did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? They were back and forth, in your opinion, let me ask you this, Donnie, because we were both watching those games. Like it felt like Carolina or Tampa didn't want to win the game, didn't want to win the division. The way they
A
were
lit
playing at the very
Yeah,
least.
I mean, at times, yeah, it kinda felt that way. The problem was um, I thought the Carolina's defense was doing better than Tampa expected them to,
Yes, I agree.
and, Carolina did what they've been doing all year, which was inconsistent offensive play. Like, they'd have a couple of big plays, and then they'd do some stupid stuff, and it's like, "What are you doing?" I was a little disappointed in some of the play calling from Canales on
Yeah.
Saturday compared to how good I thought he's been most of the season, and I don't know why it got to where it got to,
But
but
let's also be honest, dude. Um, that the weather did not help.
yeah, and when it the I mean, it was raining from the get-go, and it was nasty,
It
and
looked
so I get they
miserable.
were being very conservative with their play calling. The thing that got me is our receivers were not catching the ball, and theirs were either. Theirs were able to handle the rain for some reason, but I mean,
It's funny because you say that, and I'm looking at the box score right here, and for the first time in a while, I can say that it wasn't Bryce Young's fault this time.
yeah, I mean, it seemed like it was going to be his fault, but then you're like, it's maybe not so much him.
He was 24 for 35, 266 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yes, he did get an interception. He was not sacked, okay? And his rating was a 98. Then you move over to the other side, Baker Mayfield, 16 for 22, 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked twice. Like you said, the Carolina Panthers defense was actually doing their job this time, or like they were just killing it, right?
Yep.
And and then Baker Mayfield's rating was a 97.3, which honestly they both play pretty good, right?
Yeah.
They were pretty even along the way. And what you're talking about as far as like rushing and Carol and receiving, McMillan, 4 receptions, 45 yards. He averaged 21. Jalen Cooker, only 6 receptions for 47 yards. And then everybody else was like under 3 at that point.
But that was the thing. Bryce was spreading it around because he kinda had to, and these
You had
guys
no
were
choice.
making yeah, these guys were making some catches. They were getting some plays. I mean, Jimmy Horn Jr. had 1 catch for 15 yards, but it was an important catch on the sideline for those 15 yards to get a first down. I mean, the receivers, as much as I just said they didn't really do a good job holding on to the ball,
Yeah.
for the most part they did, I guess, but, I mean, there were key moments that they didn't, but we had a non-existent running game. I mean, we had a total of, 19 yards rushing on the day, and that in that rain, that's where
Yeah.
you should be running the ball, and that's where the play calling kinda got me is, like, we were sticking to these little screen pass dumps and stuff, and to some extent it was working, but it wasn't what we were needing to move the ball, but our offensive line just couldn't couldn't open up any holes, I guess. I mean,
Well,
really didn't have, but we only had 14 carries, and 2 of those were Bryce trying to
that's
run.
I was just gonna say that because look at it. Chuba Hubbard only 5 carries for 10 yards. Rico Dowdle for 7 carries for 10 yards too, right? So it's like, dude,
Yeah. Well, and Chuba Hubbard, I mean, out of his 5 carries for 10 yards, his longest carry was 5, so he had 4 carries for 5 more yards. It's like you're going nowhere.
no.
They were just spinning. I mean, Bucky Irving for them had 26 carries for 85 yards. I mean, they were running the ball.
Yep.
And but again, they're at home. They're trying to win. They had the lead a few times where they were just trying to churn the clock up
Mhm.
and try to get through this thing and run the clock out. We were just trying to move. And the thing is, the bad calls that we had were a lot late in the game. Early in the game, it wasn't so much bad calls, but bad situations that would just kill a drive. A bad thing here and there. Um, there were some bad penalties early on too. They just weren't as atrocious as the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you know, it's good for them. I mean, obviously, they need to get it together because as you can see, you know who they get now, right?
Yeah,
You saw who they're getting with their playoff um, team, which
right.
is the Los Angeles Rams. So it's going to be interesting as far as that's concerned. I'm very concerned about what they're going to be doing. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, they played the Rams not too long ago at
Correct.
home and won that game, and so they have at least something of a formula. But the Rams are on fire right now too. So I don't expect it to go well. I just hope for the best.
Uh, that's actually kind of funny. I was like, you're expecting the worst, but hoping for the best.
Exactly, because the weather's going to be cold here next week. It's just, but the Rams are inconsistent. Yeah, this guy, I don't, Ruben, he said no about the Rams yet. Here it is going into the playoffs, and you still don't know about the Rams because they do have those games where it's just like they don't show up.
They light you the hell up. Well, you know what, Ruben? Perfect example yesterday, right?
Yeah,
Like you have the Seattle Seahawks
yeah. Saturday, yeah.
Saturdays.
Oh no.
No,
Seahawks
it was
was
yesterday.
oh no yesterday. It was yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it was
The
the Seahawks.
Cardinals.
Yeah, like you wanted to
Rams
catch
played
up.
the Cardinals, but you're trying to catch up. Yeah.
You're trying to catch up, right? And then listen, the Cardinals, they showed up. They're like, you do at this point, like, listen, we're eliminated. We don't care. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, let's just they gave it to them. So if the
Yeah.
Cardinals can do that to them, right? I'm saying is they could potentially the Panthers could potentially listen. I'm not oblivious to this. I I think it's going to be a tough matchup. 110%. I think it's going to be a very tough matchup for the Carolina Panthers. All I'm saying is at this point, hey, listen, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the fact that Panthers won like what's that? 5 or 6 weeks ago. Panthers beat them. Then they went on to beat the Cardinals and Lions, but then they turned around and they lost to the Seahawks and the Falcons, and then they had a tough game against the Cardinals again. I mean, Cardinals are horrible, but they gave up 17 points and 20 points in the last 5 games to the Cardinals twice. So um, they've beaten some good teams and they've lost to some bad teams.
I mean, I'm gonna show you the. Let's go over the schedule for the Carolina Panthers. Right, they started the season 0-2. They lost to the Jaguars and then they lost to the Cardinals 27-22. Right,
Right.
then they go against the Falcons and they absolutely wallop the Falcons. Right, 30-0.
Yep.
Patriots. Listen, bro. Whoever's getting the Patriots, which it's the Chargers right now.
Yeah.
Holy moly! Good luck.
Right. That game right there, Patriots kicked Panthers' ass. That was kind of one of those moments where, like, all right, Patriots seem legit this year right now because that was like fourth week of the season when you start trying to figure out are these teams good? Are they not? We'll see.
Um, Where they kind of did good, kind of didn't. It's just like you said, trying to figure it out. Who are they? Like, what's their identity? Are they a throwing team? Are they a running team? You know what? I don't know.
Yeah.
So then you got the Dolphins. They beat the Dolphins. Obviously, the Dolphins are the Dolphins right now. You know, we're expecting Tua to just not be there, or at the very least, just be a backup for the rest of his career. They beat the Cowboys and then they beat the Jets, right? The Cowboys, again, that's another team that's just like has no identity whatsoever.
Right.
None.
That the team is, it's reflective of Jerry. He doesn't know what he's doing. He hasn't known what he's doing at running the team forever, and since Jimmy Johnson actually put the good team together, they've been horrible.
Yep.
They just kind of middle along because he thinks he knows how to run football and make football decisions, and he doesn't.
Not anymore. He doesn't.
He's like a real life fantasy owner that just thinks he's got that's a good team, and then they just don't perform. So
yeah.
Sam, we'll talk about soccer tonight on our Break Even Sports Show. We'd like to get into the USA Venezuela match, but for this morning show's just Carolina sports, South Carolina, North Carolina sports. We're going to focus on those this morning. So if you want to join us tonight, 8:30 p.m., same channel, for Break Even Sports. That's where we'll start getting into the soccer talk.
At 8:30, same channel right here.
Same channel, 8:30 p.m. Eastern tonight.
We were talking about the La Liga, where we're going to be talking about.
Oh, he's one of those.
I get it, my friend. So join us tonight, 8:30 p.m. We will talk about that. I promise you, we will talk about the La Liga. We were going to talk about the English Premier League, the Bundesliga. We will talk about all of that. I guarantee you, we will have conversations about that. Actually, as a matter of fact, we will also be talking about Division III football championship, which happened last night at the same time.
Great game.
It was a great game.
That was a great game.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch the Steelers game.
Nope, I saw that was on. I forgot it was actually on. I knew we had talked about it the other week, and I was like, "Oh crap, the Division III game's on. Let me flip it over there because I could care less about the Ravens and Steelers."
NFC, that's right. NFC South champs, let's keep pounding. That's right. We are very happy that they are, are going. Listen, did they back into the playoffs? Absolutely. No one's denying that. Everybody knows what they did. It happened. We saw it, right? Yeah. They lost. They should have won yesterday, on Saturday. Carolina Panthers had every opportunity to win that game. They didn't. And they were both the Buccaneers and the Panthers were scoreboard watching, which is kind of ironic. It was the exact same game that they were both scoreboard watching. You want to answer this one?
I can't totally disagree with him. I know Virgil likes to call them the frauds.
Yeah.
The Broncos are. He's not totally wrong. I mean, the Patriots. I think the Patriots and the Broncos could end up being the AFC championship game. I mean, they're two very strong teams, and you can't count Sean Payton out. Seriously, he's done something with that team that I don't think people thought was going to happen this year. So yeah, I mean,
okay, all right. You're fine. You'll say
but the Patriots are cooking. I mean, Vrabel has that team grinding right now, and Drake May is legit superstar. He did something Tom Brady's never done with his pass completion percentage.
Also run the ball.
And run the ball. Yeah. And run the ball.
And Sam, okay, so here's the thing. I'm having a hard time right now the last couple of weeks with the Denver Broncos. They barely beat the Chiefs without Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
They beat the Chargers yesterday 19-3, but the Chargers had all their backups in, right? So it was like, whatever, dude. We know where we're at. We know in the playoffs. They lost to the Jaguars. The Jaguars beat them 34-20. Okay. They beat an injury rattled team in the Green Bay, right? Green Bay still not fully 100%. And so, and look, Las Vegas Raiders, they barely beat the Las Vegas Raiders 24-7. 17, right? So again, I get it. I understand. We're not disagreeing. They did what they needed to do as far as winning the division, as far as making it to the playoffs. Congratulations. You can only play the team that's ahead of you. I get that. I understand that. I just think that the Patriots are a little bit of a much more complete team, in my opinion. Right?
Yeah, I mean, a good comparison, Sam might not like this, but they're like the Notre Dame of pro sports. They lost to a couple of good teams they shouldn't have lost to, and they beat a bunch of teams that they should have beat anyway.
Yeah.
So
And listen,
we'll see what happens.
yeah, Sean Payton turned him around from night and day. Your
He did do
co-host,
that.
we're not denying that.
Yeah.
We're not denying that, but you're saying it's just Drake May, and I can say to you, it's just Bo Nix.
Yeah.
It's just Bo Nix. Bo Nix
Bo
was
Ni-
what went from Auburn to Oregon.
Oregon, yeah.
He tried to get drafted, but obviously his draft class wasn't good enough, so he had to go to Oregon. Okay,
I don't think if you take Bo Nix away, Denver's still a top 3 team. I don't agree with
there's
you on that at
absolutely no
all.
way. What are you high?
Exactly. Bo Nix is legit. I mean, that's what 6 years of college will do for you right there coming into the NFL instead of these guys that are just a couple of years flash in the pan and then they're terrible.
And listen, again, congratulations to Bo Nix. Congratulations to Sean Payton. Congratulations to the Denver Broncos. They are in the playoffs. They're doing what they need to do. They did it. You know what I mean? They beat the teams in front of them. Not all of them, but they beat them. And congratulations to you guys.
Sean Payton finally got a quarterback that'll just do what he asks him to do and not try to work against him.
Exactly.
And so yes, he's basically turning this team into a newer version of the Saints, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that the turnaround is great. We'll just see if it's legit enough to win some playoff games against some quality teams right now. So
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Oh, he's not a Patriots fan.
Not a Patriots fan at all. Not even close. As you can see, I got Indian stuff and I got Cleveland stuff. I'm from Cleveland. I'm a Browns fan. I know my team is shit. 100% I know that my team is shit. And before you even say it, yes, we've had 40 plus quarterbacks. Before you even say it, congratulations. Everybody tells me I already know this. Okay. So let's just get your argument out of the way. I got it. Okay.
He moved to Raleigh a couple years ago, and so he's kind of on the Panthers bandwagon with me, which is nothing wrong. We welcome him aboard the Panthers bandwagon because, Cleveland sports is
shit.
It's a sore thorn in his side. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
He grew up with a lot of adversity.
Since I was very young, I've been in Cleveland, right? So I get it. I understand. And okay, congratulations to the Denver Broncos. This is the first year in how long that they've actually been good?
I'm just glad we've got a lot of new blood and newer versions of some old blood in there. We don't have, the same old tired teams that keep regurgitating through the playoffs. Yeah. It's like, okay, just kind of like the college football. It's like I'm ready for new blood, new teams, instead of the same old stuff. So
yeah, Carolina are the sleepers for sure, but Browns are definitely still asleep. They are. Listen, I'm just waiting.
Wait a minute. Look at his next comment. He's an Atlanta fan, and he's giving us crap about the Broncos. Come on, Sam.
No, I get it, Sam. I understand. The Denver Broncos are a very good team. They are. In my opinion, I believe that the Patriots are a lot more complete team than the Denver Broncos. And can I be wrong? 100%. Yeah. This is most likely, you know what I mean? It's just the way it is, right? Yeah. And you know what? I feel bad for Atlanta. And unfortunately, can we be honest? The NFC South was a shit division.
Absolutely. Like, even Eric said none of these teams should have made the playoffs. And I'll be honest, I'm not opposed to changes where if you have a division winner that's under 500, they should just not have anybody from that division.
See,
I'm glad the Panthers. I'm glad or at least they shouldn't host a game. They shouldn't have any kind of advantage. But
no, see, I disagree. I disagree with you there. Why? They won their division. Our good friend Eric Prophet of the Year for an Average podcast. Okay, make sure you guys watch it and listen to it. It's really good. Okay, he's a Green Bay Packers fan, right? he's mad that that his team is going to be is not going to be hosting a game, okay? Or the Rams, right? He's just mad that the Rams are not going to be hosting a playoff. You know what? It's not their fault.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I just think on the global scale of looking at this thing, it's a bad look, but it is what it is. You're right. That's like you said last night too on our chat, that them's the rules. So
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Eric.
I knew we would drag him out. I knew we'd drag him out of the work, Eric.
No. You were talking about the Rams, and that's why I said the Rams. I'm sorry. You're right. You don't care about your team. However, listen, they won the division, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow, Eric. You and me, we're going to have this out. We're going to have it out, okay? But the Panthers won the division. I get it. I understand it. The division is shit. I understand. I get it. Not disagreeing. However, they backed themselves into the division, they won the division, and that's it. Because in the NFL you win the division and then you host the playoff game. That's the rules, okay?
You
Until
can't
the
help
rules
that the
change.
division's crap. I mean, you really can't help that. I mean, that is what it is. So
I have nothing more to say. They won the division. Does it suck for the teams such as the Rams, the Los Angeles Rams? Yeah. It most certainly does. Absolutely. But you know what, though? Them the rules.
Yep. I was going to show this comment from Sam, too. He gets it. What up, party people? I love Carolina Mike, man. I almost showed up for the show this morning dressed as Carolina Mike. My jersey, my shorts, my high socks. Yep.
You know what?
I was like, if we didn't have the technical difficulties we were having before the show, I would have been like, once you did the intro, I was going to jump back here and like flip my stuff real quick. But
it's funny though. Like that dude was hilarious. You know what I mean?
I love Carolina Mike.
Good for Carolina Mike.
I want to meet him one day.
The Rams should be over Carolina. I understand that. Lamar Jackson will be in Miami next year. Man, that'll be interesting.
One other comment I wanted to circle back to to give Phil, because Phil's a longtime listener as well. Phil, we'll get around to Chad Morris. We got a little bit more time. We'll circle to that before the end of the show. We will talk a little bit about Clemson, just a bit. There's not much going on yet, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson's holy fraud got exposed against last night by the 4-year-old. Lamar Jackson has been getting exposed. It's
grab something.
And listen, a lot of people call me biased because I'm a Browns fan, and I absolutely do not like. I detest the Baltimore Ravens. Absolutely. There's history there, so I will never root for the Baltimore Ravens ever. Never going to do it. That's not going to happen. But you're right. Lamar Jackson plays very wild, very reckless, and he got shown. Well, Sam, I am with you 110% on this one. You and me can agree on this one. Okay. Panthers setting records, only team to win the division twice with a losing record. Hey, a win's a win.
Hey, and like this, they still get the ring, right?
That's right.
They still get the ring.
They still get it. Carolina Mike is the GOAT. We need him in Atlanta bad. Hey, man. He's cool. I mean, I like that. Okay. You mean the original Cleveland Browns? Yes, Phil. Thank you for reminding me. However, they're not the original. The teams play because the city sued Art Modell to keep everything, the history, the colors, the name, and everything when they moved to Baltimore. So they have to start fresh when they move to Baltimore. So technically, we are still the original team. Now give us Carolina, Mike, and we give you not a good trade. No. We will not. Nope. Y'all can keep Kirk Cousins. That's not. No. That's not. No. Kirk Cousins. That's a hell of a contract, and that's guaranteed as well, right?
I think Kirk Cousins is the only one that I know. I mean, the guy's a good businessman. He fleeced the Vikings when he went to them to start with, $84 million guaranteed. It had never happened before. And he was good for the Vikings, but He's the one who started this carousel of high dollar guaranteed quarterback contracts. So he kind of got that rolling, and then he fleeced the Falcons for another guaranteed high dollar contract.
Dan, that's actually incorrect. The Browns are the original Browns. Cincinnati, the reason why Cincinnati has a team is because Paul Brown, who was the coach of the Cleveland Browns, moved down to Cincinnati, started the team, and technically kept the colors and everything, and that's why they have a team down in Cincy. But no, they're not the original team. But he's got swag and he serves though. It's fair trade. No. No.
Nope.
And then Patrick Larson, another one. MLB Head History, guys. Follow him on Instagram and on Twitter. Panthers are in, and anything can happen now. Congrats, Donnie. Hey, listen. Now every single team in the playoffs. Guess what their record is? 0-0.
0-0. Yep.
Okay, so anything can happen with the in the playoffs. Am I gonna say, hey, they're gonna win? I don't know. We'll see. You know what I mean? We'll pick that before the end of the show, because obviously you and me, we're not gonna be meeting, having the show until the week after. After the playoffs are
after the first round. Yep. And there's some
Um,
good matchups to look at. I mean, there really is some good matchups, and some teams that are kind of like, I'm not sure what they're going to do. So,
Sam, you're hilarious. You're killing me, dude. You're killing me.
oh my gosh.
You're killing me. What's the one matchup that you're looking forward to?
Be honest with you, I think the Bills Jaguars is going to be an interesting game, because it's like everybody's been on the Jags. Are they legit as well? The Bills are they're like the they're like the blue blood of the playoffs. Like, they couldn't get past Kansas City for all these years for the most part, and now Kansas City's not in there, and it's like the Bills have been faltering lately. They're not consistent. Like, this should have been their year to sweep through the playoffs, and they're a 6 seed. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That one I'm interested in watching. I'm hoping it's going to be a pretty good game. They're kind of some so-so matchups. The Eagles, they're a 3 seed, but they're not a good 3 seed. They've really had some bad games too, and the 49ers are hot as a 6 seed. I think 49ers could steamroll them. Bears, Packers, that's like a division rivalry game in the playoffs. And
I was just going to say that one's like,
that's
I'm
probably going to
intrigued
be
with
the
that one.
best game, like the best, like, actual game. Probably back and forth, consistently close. I don't think either one of them is going to blow the other out
Nope.
in either way, shape, or form. So we'll see. I mean, you're not wrong, Dan, about the Seahawks being unstoppable. They're pretty solid right now, so they're going to be sitting there waiting for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm not a fan of bye weeks. I've come around to the idea that I don't like bye weeks.
Yeah. Well, I always hated the teams, and not a lot of teams did it this year because there was a lot still on the line. But in the past, you'd have some of the top teams that were going to get a bye in the NFL. They wouldn't even play their starters the last 1 or 2 weeks. I mean, these guys would be sometimes going 2 or 3 weeks without playing, and then they got to gear back up, and it just doesn't work.
Bills, Jags are going to be crazy. Jags also frauds. But Bills choke every year in the playoffs. This is their year. Technically, you don't have the big teams in right now. So I really hope the Bills win. Love Josh Allen. Hate Trevor Lawrence. Dated his wife in high school. We went to rival school. Grew up with him. Hot dog. That is like dog.
Man, Sam's all over the place here,
yeah,
man.
you are, bro.
Defending the Broncos. He's a Falcons fan. He dated,
don't you be talking bad about Trevor Lawrence to my friend here, the mayor. That's the mayor is the #1 fan, captain club of the for Trevor Lawrence. So okay, just kidding. I don't really care. I think that's going to be an interesting one. The Jags and Bills. That's going to be a very good one. I think it'll be back and forth. I'm not interested in the Steelers and Texans. I don't really care about that one.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Patriots Chargers. I think the Patriots got the edge on that one. They are hosting. Not even kidding. Got the receipts and everything.
Oh my gosh.
She got me blocked on Instagram for exposing her cheating on him. I speak nothing but the truth. Hot dog.
What?
Would be insane thing to lie about. Yeah, that would be an insane thing to lie about. Hey, Panthers, Rams. I get it. I understand. They're hosting though. The Panthers are hosting. Panthers actually, you know what, Dan? I'm gonna agree with you there. Panthers defense is actually not a bad defense. It's
Yeah,
not.
they've been solid. Their problem is they make dumb mistakes at the wrong time. I mean, Horn, I love Horn,
But
but
dude,
dude,
he's holding and PI
oh my gosh, it's like
penalties.
it's like, come on, you got to learn to play a little more disciplined. And
Yeah.
that's what it boils down to. But Patrick's right too. The teams with the teams with good defense, they're going to be the problem because defenses win championships. That has
Yeah.
always been the case. And if you don't have a good defense, you're going to have a hell of a time winning a championship. So yeah, I mean that's where it's going to come down to is whose defense is the best. So
Matt Stafford is the truth scare for Carolina. I got to see Matt Stafford here at UGA. Grew up a Tennessee Vols, and then he gave us hell. Hey, Matt Stafford is no one's disagreeing. That dude is legit. So, what do you think about this one? Derek Brown is the best defensive tackle in the NFL.
yeah, I mean I could see that he's yeah, he probably is right now, especially with some of the guys that have been top of their game for years at defensive tackle. I mean, Dexter Lawrence is right up there with him, another Clemson guy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Derek Brown is solid defensive tackle for sure.
As far as best defensive players, I don't think he's the best defensive player. I'm going to be a little biased here. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, I'm going to be a little biased.
I know.
Somebody has the record for the most sacks in a single season.
Took him an extra game to get it.
I know. Oh
I'm
my
so
God!
sick of that argument.
Did you see that?
I did. I saw that, and it was like then somebody brought out the stat that showed how many snaps he did it in. It was like 200 and something less snaps. It's like that's like a couple of games less playing time. So he still did it. So
again, let's listen. Yes, did he get an extra game? Absolutely, he did. But guess what? He still got it. Let's not. Why are we trying to Nick? Pick. Just stop. Just stop.
Yeah,
he got it now. Because you didn't say the same thing about TJ Watt.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Strahan. He's another one of those talking heads that get soured at stupidest things.
Yeah, that's what we had last year. So, so it's all right. I get it. You know what I mean? So, listen, I guess Dexter Lawrence doesn't exist anymore. Dexter Lawrence, nope, he does. Again, some people around here, I'm not going to point any names or anything like that, are going to be biased towards the Panthers. Whatever, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, he's stuck on a bad Giants team, so it is what it is.
The Giants are stuck on a bad team.
Yeah.
I am very intrigued because we definitely have to have this conversations later on about the draft, but we're not there yet just because the players are still going. I'm very intrigued about the draft now. Very intrigued.
Yeah, I mean, to the point earlier for Phil about the the Raiders tanking to get Mendoza. He's a legit looking quarterback. I hope he's going to be the answer for them because the Raiders need to do something. That organization's hot mess, and it's all with the owner who's a hot mess. It looks like from what I've been reading, Tom Brady's actually pretty involved right now because they're talking like they might bring Brian Flores in to head coach, which would be a good move, I think,
for the Raiders.
Would
be massive.
Massive difference.
Oh my God, I am such a Flores fan.
Yeah,
what he's been able to do at Miami, what he was able to do with defense in Minnesota has been absolutely wonderful. If he does get the opportunity to go to the Raiders, whoever gets right, hell, if the Browns fired Stefanski, I would love to have him in Cleveland. You know what I mean? But I want to touch on this one really quick. I am such a massive fan of Scatterboo.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, that
That dude
kid.
was wild kid.
Yep.
So
And he backs it up. I mean, he's solid. Let's hope he can not keep having injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy.
you're right. I can't argue. Like, everybody can make fun of the Browns at this point because obviously the Browns Super Bowl, it's just this is what we've all heard. This is why we also have a movie about this. Is your draft. That's the Browns Super Bowl until they can change their ways. And honestly, I I'm a Stefanski fan, but I think it's time for Stefanski to go. So Tom Brady sits when he pees and kisses his son. Wow, it's sad. Jesus. The Raiders need all the help they could get. That's right, Ruben.
Yep.
100%. Then as a Panther, I do get the flex.
I don't get a
I don't
flex.
get to flex much, so let me have the absolutely have at it,
Yep.
baby. Listen, by all means,
I'm right there with you.
please do, because you're right. The Panthers haven't had a good couple of years, and you know what? Congratulations to the Carolina Panthers. They are in the playoffs. The Cleveland Browns are not. Cincinnati Bengals are not. And guess who's also not in the playoffs? The Chiefs.
Yeah, the
Okay,
Chiefs. That's right.
so the fact that the Carolina Panthers get to flex over Baltimore Ravens, they're not in the playoffs. So yeah, absolutely, my friend, flex away. Absolutely, we'll let you do that as well on our show because you know what? It's the truth. They're able to flex. Some other teams don't get to do that. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers just fired their head coach because he wasn't able to get them to the playoffs. So
You mean the Falcons?
the Falcons. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Although that would be shocking news if
That would be. But to the point, the Bucks are not in. And
Yep.
and listen, I've become a Bucks fans as well with Baker Mayfield. I feel bad for the guy, but unfortunately, somebody had to win. They won. They did what they were supposed to do. They just needed another team to win. That didn't happen. It's just you got to take care of business. Remember when Cam Newton didn't dive on that ball, and Peyton Manning got the Super Bowl ring? Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, don't do that, man. You're bringing up sore memories there.
Yeah. I do wish Baker Mayfield had a better team, 100%. Baker is the dog, really turned his life around. You know what? A lot of people say it's like, oh, look at Ed. Ed, you guys should not gotten rid of him in Cleveland. No, they should have getting rid of him in Cleveland. He needed to grow up. Like it was just not gonna fit. And I think he needed to go through what he went through with getting released by the Panthers, by now signing with the Rams. He needed that to happen in order for him to actually finally realize, man, if I don't get my shit together, I'm going to go away.
Yeah, I mean, and we've talked about this a few weeks ago, the fact that the Panthers had to go through Baker twice and Sam Darnold the last 3 games of the season, and both of them were on the Panthers at the same time in their rehab stops is ridiculous to me. And we just had a horrible owner and made bad coaching decisions and didn't keep either one of those guys on the roster for any reason. It's like, ugh. But I don't know if they would be where they're at today if they were still with the Panthers either. So
Yeah.
And I saw yesterday, it was funny. I saw where Baker Mayfield's wife had posted on social media how funny it was for her yesterday watching Baker watch a football game as a fan, hoping for the Falcons or the Saints to beat the Falcons so that the Bucks would go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just that insight from his wife and the fact that he was like so anxious and nervous and just like total opposite of him as a player is fascinating to me. I could just imagine Baker sitting there on the couch losing his shit every time the Saints did something stupid or getting excited because they were up and then the Falcons killed it or something.
It's funny. It showed him in a human side, right? Because we always, whether we like it or not, a lot of fans, they put all these NFL players on this pedestal, which I don't believe we should, right? Because they're human beings just like the rest of us. They just get paid millions of dollars to play a sport. That's really, they're super athletes. I'm not taking that away from them. But it was cool to see the human side, right? Like the dejection font later on when he was sitting on the counter, that picture of him, right? He was just like on his phone, like dejected because he's not in the playoffs. That really was like you say, it was very fascinating to
Yeah.
see.
And the fact that he's watching 2 division opponents play and can't control any of it. I mean, it would have been fascinating to just see a live stream of that. He wouldn't like it, but, I mean, I would almost tune into that just to see him because as he plays the game and him watching each of the, he'd probably be watching the Falcons, like he would as an opponent, and I don't know, just I find that fascinating to think about because I've never thought about it before. You don't have a lot of these situations either where you got one team waiting to see if somebody wins or loses to let them in versus somebody else. But it definitely would be fascinating to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be cool to see, right? And I think that's why I enjoy and a lot of people don't like it, but the Eli and Peyton Manning, the Manning cast.
Yeah.
I enjoy that just because it's from their obviously they both play the game, but to see a lot of the times, which is the majority of the time, is Peyton Manning, like with his facial expressions and like when making bad plays, like it's good to see that, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and that Manning cast, I need to watch more of that. I don't watch that normally, but I need to start watching that regularly next year.
You should. I'm
Uh,
telling you, it's a
it
lot of fun.
Yeah, because I usually just have the game on in the background, and most of the times the Monday night game's sort of irrelevant. It's just kinda there as we're, just sitting there watching a little bit of football and probably scrolling on our phones.
Hmm.
But, definitely need to pay more attention to the Manning cast and the way they do the things they do.
Hell, we should be doing that.
We
At least.
should. We should start hopping on yeah, because we have our Monday night show, but it's not football
Well,
related. It's English football,
what's
European football.
funny tonight though, we need to definitely be. You guys should definitely tune in tonight, right? To Break Even Sports at 8:30 p.m. You know what game is going on tonight, right? There's a FCS game going on.
Yeah, FCS championship.
So you got Montana State, Illinois State playing each other, and I'm super intrigued. We both are very intrigued with this game.
Absolutely.
I picked Montana State, by the way. Did you pick Montana or did you pick Illinois?
No, I picked Montana State as well because the way they played against Montana a few weeks ago, I was like, "Dude, these guys are legit." And I think Illinois State well, kinda like we talked about with a lot of other teams, we talked about the fact they were on a hot run, and then all of a sudden they gotta sit around and wait for 10 or 14 days, whatever it was, to play, and it's like it cools them off.
This is the
I hope they make it a good game, though.
this is the problem that I have with college football. These long, drawn out like times in between games. It's stupid annoying.
Yep,
Annoys the hell out of me.
yep. And talking about last night's game, I wonder if that had any effect because it's been how long is Division 3?
It was like
Did
2 weeks.
yeah, it's been a 2-week break for them to play the
Yeah, because
championship
they played on
also,
the
wasn't it?
20th. Yeah.
Yeah, so that played, I think, in the favor of UW River Falls because they were kind of like the hot team coming in a little bit, but they weren't the best team. And North Central just like played flat as the
Yeah.
best team in Division 3 for a while now, and River Falls just kind of like you know they got in there and took it. So we'll see what happens if
Dude, I was watching that game, and first of all, it was like snow everywhere. Like it was
yeah.
like a sheet of ice, and these guys were just sliding all over the place. It was great to see. It was,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? I was doing an interview for my podcast, for the Data Chronicles podcast, and I had it on my phone, and I kept looking down some of the times because I'm like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah, and you saw where they were playing that game, right?
yeah,
At the Hall of Fame.
in
Yeah,
Kenton.
in Canton, so I was like, "Oh, I bet Ed's glad he's not living up there with all that snow right now."
Oh, do you know how happy I am that I'm not in Cleveland right now because of that weather? Are you kidding me? I'll say this though, that stadium, it's come a long way. It is extremely nice.
Yeah, that is a beautiful
And you've
stadium.
seen it a couple times in your
Yeah,
stay in Akron for a
yeah,
while.
yeah, my
Um,
time working up there in the winter as well.
Yeah, so it's beautiful. It's literally right next to football Hall of Fame, right? Here's
J
also what's crazy thing about that is, the electrical lines and everything,
Oh,
they
the
are
goalpost.
painted like goalposts.
I know the first time I saw that driving on 77 there, I looked up, I'm like, "What the?" And I was like, "That is cool." They got
Yeah.
it's like a goalpost on either side of the interstate with the transmission lines going across there. And the other thing is, I was gonna say, did you see I caught a flak flyer from, the Checkers yesterday for my hat?
I
Uh,
know,
I I
dude.
I was like, I posted because Cleveland Monsters beat, the Checkers on Saturday
You were
night,
the bad luck.
and not that, it's just they beat the Checkers, and I was like, "Well, my hat of the day, I'm trying to mix it up and do different ones, and trying to do one every day, 365 days of hats this year." And I was like, "You know what? This is a chance to kinda get a Checkers hat, or excuse me, a Monsters hat out of the way." And, so, yeah, I did the Monsters hat in honor of them beating my Checkers, which I kinda hate that they beat the Checkers because that's my team
'Cause
here.
that's your team, absolutely.
But when I was working in Cleveland, I was kinda following the Monsters and sort of adopted them as a second team. And
Mhm.
I posted that hat and put that, for the Monsters beating my Checkers, and the Charlotte Checkers commented and said, "What the?" I was like, the fact that I got a response out of the team was hilarious, and the
That's
fact that it
awesome,
was
first
like
of all.
"What the what are you doing?" I loved that. So the Panthers. I'm looking at the thing. The Checkers and the Monsters play again tonight as well. The second game in Cleveland. So Checkers have got to win because I got to wear a Checkers hat tomorrow and redeem myself.
You better wear one
if the
'cause
if the if the Monsters win, I'm just gonna quietly move on. I'll be like Homer Simpson, kind of backing into the bush, and be like,
nothing happened
nothing to
here.
see here.
Right, exactly. Sam, we will be talking about all the look, this guy right here, he knows his stuff when it comes to soccer, so I'm sure we will be talking about that. Um, have you guys been to the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta? I have not.
I have not, and I want to get there at some point, Phil. Definitely, one of the items I want to get on my bucket list. And then to follow up with Phil, because I know he's probably getting ready to head to go teach the youth
Mhm.
of South Carolina here. I'm happy with Chad Morris coming back to Clemson, but we'll get more into that maybe tonight
Tomorrow.
or definitely tomorrow night on Tuesday night show for sure.
There you
But I
go.
am happy that he's coming back.
Um, Ruben says that most of my family 49ers except for me and 3 other. I get it, man. I understand.
I've
Uh,
got 2 brothers that grew up in San Jose that are big 49ers fans, so yeah, I'm sort of, again, it's similar to the conversation I just had about the Monsters and the Checkers. I mean, the Panthers are my team, but I keep an eye on the 49ers as well because of, family.
it's pretty cool. I'll give you guys a tour. You know what? We'll try to make it. Teacher work day for Phil. My kids return Tuesday.
Oh,
Congratulations.
okay. So you gotta
Smart
get
man.
yeah, they're giving them a Monday. Yeah, coming back to kids on a Monday, I guess that would be pretty
That will
rough.
be
I
rough.
mean,
My
so
I
it's
do
like
my
they kinda
daughter's
easing
not
the
working.
teachers back into it, like, "Alright, y'all come in on Monday, just the teachers, no kids, just kinda get your brain back into teaching mode after a couple of weeks," and then
My
okay.
daughter's hating it right now. She does not want to get up. I can tell you that. I have Phil. The College Football Hall of Fame is awesome. There it is.
Yep.
I'm not surprised that Patrick has been there. I'm not
Yeah,
surprised at all.
he went and didn't invite me, so
Food for the Black Man, guess he might be a Pets fan. He is not a Pets fan at all. Trust me. I've been there too, Patrick. So
Food
there it is.
Fitteds is a Raiders fan, Sam, so
Yeah,
he's in that same boat as Ed with his
that's me.
Browns.
So I get there. All right, listen, we're about to be at top of the hour here, guys. We'll hear every Monday morning from 6 to 7 a.m. Come and join us. You know what? We know we'll see how this goes, right? Because we just recently started this show, Breakfast Steak. So depends on how it goes. We might just extend it to other days. We don't know yet. And so, but um, thank you guys for joining us today. Now,
Yeah,
before we get out
a
of
lot of
here.
good chat here. We appreciate all of the chat, the back and forth and everything.
I
Absolutely.
enjoyed it today, man.
Yeah,
Have a lot of
absolutely.
good chats, dude. I enjoyed this a lot today. But I want to get your opinion. or you want to wait until Tuesday for the DSC Sports Show to let us know who's going to win between the Rams and Panthers?
Well, let's do that on the show Tuesday night, because we'll have the other guys and we'll be talking a lot of this same stuff. So yeah, we'll make our picks on Tuesday rather than two of us doing this.
Sounds
and
like a
then
plan.
yeah, so
Let's do that. All right, guys. Well, again,
definitely, Sam, come
thank
back.
you. So please do. Again, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and then we will see you guys next week, where we would know what the wild card has been decided at that point, and then we will figure out exactly who is going to be moving on and who is not. Thank you for joining us, guys. I really do appreciate that. And then, you know what? Keep pounding, guys. How's that?
Keep pounding.
Get out of here.